Anime isn't something I really got into growing up. Recently, I've been diving into it more and found a lot of stories that are very interesting to me. Even if it's not original story, Josie the Tiger and the Fish was very cute. Really enjoyed it. Perfect Blue was incredibly well done, and Akira kind of showed me like more of what animation can really do. Stuff like You and I Are Polar Opposites is really good. Party Mia, Spy Family, stuff really feels nice to watch. Recently, I decided to get into Chainsaw Man. That was the whole reason I even got into anime was Chainsaw Man. I'm not gonna move the camera, it's too much work. I have the box set for it. It looked really fun, and I heard good things, and I decided to check it out because the movie looked fun, and it is so ridiculously good and interesting to me. And the movie, the Rise arc, is probably one of the best animated movies of all time for me. So beautiful. So when I looked into more of it, more of the creator, Tatsuki Fujimoto, I saw this film that had really good reviews and it looked a lot more grounded. I didn't know anything about it going in, and I immediately felt this insane connection to it. Adapted by Kiyotaka Oshiyama. That wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. My brain could not process it for a second. Look Back follows Fujino, an aspiring manga artist that has become popular at her school for her drawings. One day the school decides to run another student's comic alongside of hers, and everyone is so impressed that Fujino decides to stop drawing for a while, thinking that she'll never be as good as the other student, Kiyomoto. Their teacher asks Fujino to deliver Kiyomoto's diploma to her house because it's on the way to Fujino's house, whatever. And she meets Kimoto and finds out that she's a huge fan of her work, on top of being clearly very socially awkward. They become friends and eventually make manga together. They win a contest and decide to keep working to make their dream manga. More happens, but I'll save that for the spoilers section. I get so close to the camera. I'm sorry, my face is like right there. That's kind of uncomfortable. But I'm very hooked on movies about like childhood friendships. Starting in the 6th grade, I did all of my schoolwork like online, and I barely interacted with people, so I didn't have any social skills, and I really don't now. So seeing stories where there are these times that I missed, like those middle school and high school friendships, kind of feel very impactful to me, because it feels like everything I missed out on, even if it's completely different culture in this case. Fujino is trying her best to stay looking as cool and confident as possible to impress Kiyomoto, since Kiyomoto, I'm saying things way too fast, is already a massive fan of her work. Before I get into spoilers, I think you should definitely check out the film. It's on YouTube, you can find it for free, or you can go on Amazon Prime, it's on there. It's incredibly beautifully animated, it's only an hour long. The story, the animation, everything is made with care. Fujimoto clearly had a lot of love for these characters, and considering the claims that the characters are semi-autobiographical, with a couple massive divergences, as you will see later in the film. It's a great story, and it's absolutely worth your time, and I think definitely give it a shot, but fair warning, it is very emotional. So I'm gonna pretty much recap the story from this point on and talk about it. Kimoto tells Fujino that she wants to go to an art school to improve her skills and become better, and not rely on Fujino for everything. Fujino gets angry, and they fight, leading to them not really talking anymore. Years later, Fujino becomes an accomplished manga artist, making a hit series that even gets its own anime adaptation. Even with Kimoto going to school, she keeps trying to become better. She's feeding into that jealousy she felt as a kid and considers Kimoto going to art school as betrayal almost. She sees something on the news one day while working. An art school has been attacked by someone and multiple people have died. Kimoto's art school, and Kimoto was one of the victims. Fujino visits Kimoto's house after her death. standing outside of her room, which Fuji never really went into before. She stands in front of the bedroom door and continues to blame herself for getting Kimoto killed. She sees the comic strip she drew a few years ago that was the entire reason Kimoto came out of her house in the first place. She gets emotional and tears it up, and a small piece goes under the door, leading into an alternate timeline, most likely in Fujino's head where her and Kimoto never met. The only piece that came through was a small panel that said, "Don't come out." And she didn't, not until after Fujino already left. Kimoto goes on to pursue her dreams of going to art school and becoming incredibly talented. One day, a man walks in with a pickaxe, trying to kill whoever he can find. He sees Kimoto and attacks, but is ultimately stopped by Fujino. In this reality, Fujino gave up on drawing and instead took her sister up on going to karate, and just happened to be walking by that day. She saves Kimoto and becomes friends, promising to work with her on some manga projects together, after Kimoto figures out who she is. Kimoto makes a comic strip of Fujino saving her, and it gets passed to the current day Fujino as she mourns the loss of her best friend. She enters the room to see every single comic strip she ever made hanging in Kimoto's room, along with the jacket she signed when they were younger. She even kept up with Fujino's work, becoming a massive supporter of the manga she made, buying multiple copies, filling out reader questionnaires, and just being a big supporter from the background. Seeing how much she really meant to Kimoto, we get into a little conversation they had when they were younger, where Fujino admits that she doesn't really like drawing, and it's not really her thing. And Kimoto asks why she still draws despite not liking it. And we go into a montage of moments where Fujino and Kimoto are together, seeing how much they genuinely loved each other and how drawing became a thing that kept them together after all these years. Why they even became friends in the first place, and continued their relationship. Fujino hangs up the comic strip in her office above her desk, showing that she wants to continue to draw because of the support Kimoto gave her after all these years. It's a heartbreaking and inspiring story that becomes something that impacted me in so many ways that I didn't even expect, and nothing has ever done. It's such a beautiful story that was created with love. Even writing this, I've been kind of getting a little emotional. Even reading that last bit, I think you could probably tell in my voice I'm a little off. After my first watch, I cried for about an hour, and that's not an exaggeration. I got done watching this, I went to go take a shower, cried the entire time in the shower. Later that night, thought about a couple of the lines, and that got me again. And it's amazing. I'm so happy I got the, decided to check it out, and I believe that it deserves to be seen more. I got a physical copy too. I think I just got sad while making this, so I'm gonna end the video here. I don't have much else to say. Goodbye.